Hello everyone, my name is Luciano Oliveira. I am a Brazilian attorney, also licensed in California and Texas. I am the managing partner of Oliveira Lawyers, and today we're going to be talking about the Digital Nomad Visa in Brazil. We're going to be specifically talking about the advantages, the benefits of applying for this visa while abroad. So you have two options. You can apply for the visa when you are in Brazil, and you can apply from abroad. Today we're going to be talking about application from abroad. The first advantage is when you apply from abroad, you have access to the Brazilian consulate or embassy. And as long as you have every single document correct, they are going to take care of the application for you, right? If you are in Brazil, just for you to understand the other option, in Brazil, you don't have a consulate, of course, because consulates are abroad, they are not in Brazil. So in Brazil, you would need to apply through a system called Migrante Web. And by the way, we have a link to the system in the comments section of this video. So if you want to take a look by yourself, you're going to see that it's cumbersome and it's not for a lay person to use, right? So right there you have a big advantage. If you're applying for abroad, you have the consulate, you have the embassy, get the paperwork correct, and they are going to enter the information into the system, and they are going to handle the entire application. Second advantage, if you are applying from abroad, and if unfortunately you don't get the digital nomad visa, you're not going to waste a trip to Brazil. I mean, I'm sure you would have a great time traveling to Brazil, but if you have like a plan to stay for a year, for a couple of years in another country, maybe if you're traveling to Brazil, you are spending resources that you could use elsewhere, right? So this is the second advantage. The third advantage we see is that you can get the documents that you need for the application easily because you are in your country of origin. Specifically like criminal records, sometimes you may need to go to a police station or to a certain authority, and if you are in your country of origin, that's pretty easy, right? But if you are in Brazil, not so much. Another document that you're gonna need potentially is a birth certificate. If you don't have your parents' names on your passport, in addition to the passport, you need to provide an original birth certificate in your application. And if you are in your country of origin, again, it's going to be easier to obtain this birth certificate, and the birth certificate gotta be legalized, right? The way it's legalized, like if you are in the US, it's done through the apostille. The apostille is, you can obtain an apostille through Department of State or Secretary of State. It depends on which state in the US we're talking about. If you are in a country that doesn't have the apostille, for instance, if you are in Dubai, you are in the United Emirates. If you are in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, you gotta go to the embassy. The embassy is gonna be the one who's gonna legalize your birth certificate, and after that you need to physically send it to Brazil so it can be sworn translated, right? So for collecting the documents when you are applying from abroad, it's much easier than doing from Brazil, of course. And now, as a bonus section for this video, we're gonna be talking about the disadvantages, the downsides of applying for the visa from abroad. So the first one is a kind of other side of the coin. When you are applying on the consulate, you're going to say, you know what, I see this list of documents, I'm going to handle by myself. And if you share something that you should not be sharing, something that does not look good from the analyst perspective, you're going to have your application denied, right? And if you are in Brazil, maybe you're going to hire the professional help in the first place, and that's a much safer bet in terms of getting the visa. The second downside is like when you're planning from far away, like you don't know Brazil exactly, or you're not in the ground, you have this kind of idea, maybe watching YouTube videos, and you're getting this perspective on where you would like to be in Brazil, and you're doing a lot of planning. Maybe you're going to rent a property, maybe you're doing something. And whenever you plan from far away, it's not the same thing when you are in the country. I've been there. Sometimes I do planning. I go to a new country, a new place, either for vacation or for work. And when I get there, I realize things are completely different than whatever I imagined in the first place. So when you do a lot of planning before actually getting to Brazil, usually these plans, they are not to be as good as they would if you were already in Brazil experiencing the country, right? So that's a second downside. The third one is that consulates, although they are potentially handling the application for you, consulates after COVID, I mean, even before COVID, consulates, they were a kind of, a difficult to access, department or, extension of the Brazilian government. After COVID, this thing got much worse. So now, you need to schedule with several weeks, sometimes months up front. And if you miss something or if you forget a document, maybe you're going to need to wait an additional couple of months before you have another shot at the visa. So that's another considerable downside, right? And you can also watch the other video we did about the benefits of applying for the Brazil Digital Nomad Visa while you are in the country. So if you are in Brazil, there is another video addressing the advantages of applying for the Digital Nomad Visa. You can check our playlist about the Digital Nomad Visa and make sure to watch that one as well. I hope you liked the video. If this information was helpful to you somehow, we appreciate if you could like our video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching us, and see you in the next video.